Hello, welcome back everybody. This is episode 50. My name is Rifts and this is our Let's Play World. This is episode 50 like I just said. And this is also the world tour, and download will be in the link in the description below. Episode 50. This is crazy. We're starting out right here on the spawn island. This is the little chest that we spawned with. And I don't think there's really anything else as far as going on right here at spawn. I don't even really remember how. Oh, I swam there. Actually, if I remember to the island over there, that's where we've been living at. It's actually further than what it seems like because of the bedrock render distance. It looks closer than what it really is, but it's probably a good 100-200 block swim just to get over there. But this is the spawn, and yeah, over the past few updates, we've had some interesting chunk dealings going on, but I don't really know where those trees came from. So today's episode, what I want to do is I want to go over the world. I want to talk about some of the things that we did, some of the stuff I have plans, and things like that, just to get everyone caught up and let you guys get the world downloaded below. I know someone was asking about the download. So what happens is every 25 episodes I do a world tour, and a new download will be put down in the description, and I'll also keep the old downloads for episode 25 and stuff like that, so you guys can have the old worlds and the new worlds and do comparisons and stuff like that if you want. But we're coming up on the starter, not really the starter base, but this is pretty much where we've been living at. Skeletor man, how's it going? How's everything? How's the plants going? Everything's going good? Good. I'm glad you're liking it here rather than underwater where I found you guys. I don't think I have ever explained where these skeleton horses came from. I found these guys underwater, just right off over there, looking for one of our lost frogs that I still can't find. And these guys were just sitting on the ocean floor. And of course, you know, it was just one of them that lightning struck out of nowhere, hit the bottom of the floor, and then, you know, voila, there's 4 of them. But we're coming up right now to the front of the house. This is the entrance. This cobblestone structure is the first structure that we built when we came across this world, when we settled down here on this island. So I've kept this here even though it probably doesn't match anything, but I keep it here just for, you know, that bit of remnants. You know, there's a nice little flower stuff going on here, and we've got the whole backyard that we'll go down there and go over here in just a few. But I just want to take a second just to appreciate that this is the very first thing that we built in this world, was this little hut thing right here. And then of course over the past few episodes that came through, you know, we had, this was our little operating room. I think I had my very first bed that's right here. This is the first furnace, the cartography that block. The crafting bench used to sit here, but I moved it, but I know where it's at. The only thing I don't have is the very first armor and the very first sword that I had. It set up here, but then it despawned, so there's that. But walking in past through this door, this right here actually used to be the major storage area. So we built this, then we had the storage room that used to sit right here where I'm standing, and then we built this tower that actually goes to nowhere, if I'm being perfectly honest. But in here we have the kitchen. This has been the past couple of episodes where we've been doing some projects, mainly with the sink. Yeah, it was a whole episode dedicated to having an automatic sink. It was ridiculous, but we'll go over that here in just a few. But like I said, this is the very first crafting bench that we ever made in this world, and this is the very first smoker that we got in this world. So I keep a lot of that stuff around because I just want to keep it, you know, for nostalgia's sake and all that good stuff. But yeah, this is the dining room. This is where we eat. This is where we drink. Well, it's where I eat. I'm alone in this world. But coming past through those doors, and then we have kind of the main area of the house. This is the bulk of the house right here. This area went through a lot of renditions, coming up with different ideas. And you know, I'm not a builder, and I never claimed to be, so it was a big struggle when I was trying to put this whole thing together. But through this door we have our adventure room. This is the current map as it sits right now, I do believe. I don't know. Oh, there's a couple of changes that went happen. I don't know what those white things are up on top. That's actually kind of new, or at least it's new to me. And this is the world map. This is everywhere that we've explored. I took a map with me every time we did an adventure episode so I could track my progress and track where we have been. So all this right here is everywhere we've explored. There's the woodland mansion that we did a couple episodes ago. This is where we are now, in the middle of this gigantic ocean lake type thing. But yeah, this is our exploration map. I'm trying not to make it too big because I have plans for certain things in the future. heading up the stairs, we've got the second floor where we've got the living room. We've got our somewhat of an armory, sort of, kind of. This is our very first enchanted diamond gear. This is just replacement armor. Our very first diamond pickaxe and first enchanted diamond pickaxe. And these tools are retired. They don't have mending on them, so there's nothing I can really do about that. And I don't think I really want mending on the tools. I think it makes I think it kind of kills the progression of the game, at least in a single player world. Maybe on a multiplayer it's good. But now we are standing in the middle of our bedroom where we've got the old map. This map is locked, so I can't do anything with it, but there's the cobblestone structure I was talking about. There's that main storage room I was referring to, and there is the tower that we built shortly after. And then yeah, we've got a barn down there, but we'll visit that in here in a few. All of our very first tools that we got in this world. And there's some iron armor. Now, I remember wearing this. I just don't remember when I wore it. And same thing with the sword. I remember having this sword. I just don't remember when I had that sword. We got our projects books right here. Everything that we're working on in the world and everything that we've completed on in this world. And then right over here, this is the very first bed I ever created in this world. And it's still here. The very first diamond that we ever got in this world. And that's right there. I didn't mix them up, actually, and I'll show you how I didn't do that here in just a second when we head down there. There is an upstairs to this, but there's nothing up here. It used to be my bedroom inside this room right here. We've got some, I want to say actually these are part of the very first iron armor that we got, but I don't remember. I've actually got to look back at some episodes to see if that's true. Coming out to the back door, we've got some stuff, just a little bit of stuff going on here. We've got a staircase that leads down to the docks right off over here, and it also leads into the backyard, and we'll get over there in just 1 second. But down through here, and we have our docking area to where we can kind of traverse through a little bit of the world. Just it was more for a convenience than it was aesthetics, because I traveled over to that side a lot, and I traveled through the storage room, so I decided to make a little hole right there so I can get into the storage room that way as well. But this was more for a convenience and a necessity than it was as an aesthetic build, but I thought I might as well go ahead and make it look somewhat good. I mean, I like it, it's just sometimes the shape looks a bit funny to me. And we got our little sailboat, USS Never Sail, right here. And then we've got the fishing shack. This is where we kind of sit down. I sit down in this little minecart with my little fishing pole, and I watch the frogs sometimes whenever they're around here. They're around here somewhere. I just don't know where they're at. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. Or I think that guy that stayed over there, I think he finally made his way over there. But yeah, and I just kind of watched the drowned fiddle around underwater. But we got a smoker here and some barrels with all the stuff that we caught, and our nice little fishing pole right here. Yeah, I'm really happy with this build too, to be honest with you. I mean, there's not much to it. It's pretty simple, and it's easy to explain what it does. Oh, and yeah, we get to watch some fishes too. Can you get back up there, my dude? Thank you. Now, we've got to get inside of the immersing, wait, we got to immerse ourselves into the atmosphere here. This is my favorite area. This is the thing I'm most proud of. Could you stop staring at me, and can you move your curly butt, please? Please, before I make pork chops out of you. Guys, come on. Can you get out of here? This by far is my favorite area, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of in this world. I think some work could be done on this little edge right here. Part of me doesn't want to because it opens out to the sea. What's going on, dude, over there? And of course, you know, we got the sugar cane. There is a boat over there. I don't know what that's from. I think that's our adventure boat, to be honest with you. But this area right here looks just so good. And I recently built this little swing going on here. We've got the bees. I've added a little bit more of melons going around through here. I added this tree not too long ago too. I don't know if I like it. I do like it, but I don't like the way it looks. I don't know. It's kind of weird. And then we've got kind of the heart of the base going on in that direction. But the more we walk around here, this actually connects up with our barn. And our barn is one of the very first things that we built in this world too, if you remember looking at the original map that I had locked upstairs. But basically, this is where I get all my food. We've got sheep, we've got cows, 3 things at cows, 2 things at sheep. I thought about adding pigs in here for pork chops, just so I don't have that, you know, byproduct of, oh, I get meat and I get leather, oh, I get sheep and I get wool. I just want food and not have to deal with their with all their other droplets. And then if you follow this path, it actually connects right back up to the front door of the house. We're now heading into pretty much the heart of the base. This is sitting directly underneath the house. So if we open this up, we've got our double furnaces set up here, our chest set up here, the nether portal and stuff like that. This is the old mine that's not really been used, but kind of been used. I mean, I get it to where if I need like cobblestone or something, I'll drop down there, but I don't use it for gathering materials like iron and stuff anymore. But we do got to go down here for a second. Getting down here is a little bit tricky whenever you fall down this hatch that's right up there. You kind of got to push forward so that you fall at an angle, and also there's a geode up there. So be careful not to fall on that either if you're trying to get down here. But the only thing that we're coming down here for really quick is to show how I managed to get that 1 diamond by itself. This is the original diamond ore that we found. These 2 blocks right here plus the one that I mined. The one that I mined is sitting up there in the bedroom. And I thought it'd just be kind of cool to leave these here. I don't think there's anything else underneath them. No, there's not. It's just those blocks right there. And yes, I did die when I fell down that hole. I forgot I didn't have my armor on. Now to the heart of the base. We have our storage area. This is where all of the stuff I have is stored in this world, besides one other location, but that's because it's kind of a project area. We'll talk about that in just a second. But everything here is yeah, it's just mass storage. It's not auto sorted or anything like that. It's just manually input. I have to manually sort it all myself, but it keeps everything somewhat organized so I know where everything at. This right here actually goes into the tower right there. So if you pop this thing, take a ride in this, you end up right here inside the tower, right here where the front door is. So you know, you can just come in here, come down the water baler, and everything is all good to go. This used to go down to a mob observatory room, and I had a problem not too long ago where mobs were not spawning in my world, or not in my world, but not in my mob spawner. This thing was broken for a little bit, and I actually realized that the game had changed my what's it called, my simulation chunks, I think. So I made this room so I could sit here and watch it to make sure that everything was working okay and doing everything that it needs to do. I think I'm too close for anything to be spawning at the, or no, it's nighttime outside, I think. But currently there's not an actual way to get down here, so I kind of just have to break these blocks. The closed off area that you guys saw, I think sits right about here, and there's actually another room that's beneath me that you can't get to unless you break down into it, which I think might be one of these blocks right here, but it's nothing down there. And then right here is where it comes out of my storage room down this hallway, and this is what I was talking about, where the docks was more of a convenience than it was for aesthetics use. So I can come out of the back door of my house, or for whatever reason, if I'm working or doing something off in this area, or if I'm back over there, which we'll talk about what that is here in just a sec. But just coming around and up through here and going back to the side of the storage room, rather than having to traverse all the way over and then go all the way around the garden and come in through the front door of the storage room. This just made everything so much easier. And then yeah, and then this right here is just a viewing platform so I can see down into it. It's just kind of cool, I guess. And then the last thing that we did off over on this side of the island, and I have since recently changed since episode 45 or 49. I hope this looks a whole lot better than what it did look. But if we just spin back around, open this door, we've got our water purification room. This is how we get clean water inside of the sink that I was talking about up there. This took hours to make. Well, not this specifically, but setting that whole project up. So in here, we've got a water bucket. I actually get a water bucket from the ocean, and it comes up through here, comes out of a water elevator, gets dumped into this tank. This tank then sends it over to this tank, which is clean water, and gets shot up all the way underneath the cauldron that you've seen in the sink. So I actually get water from the ocean. It's not just there for aesthetics. It actually has a practical use to it. From a lore perspective, the water, the fish poop water comes into here. This is why this is brown. Then it gets sucked out of this little block, goes through these pipes, and it goes into this water cleaning chamber right here. That's why the magma blocks are here, because it kills all the bacteria and stuff. Then it gets pumped out of here, goes through here, just goes through I guess a water filter if you want to call it, and comes down into this chamber, and it gets shot up through the bottom of the sink. And then here we have a little control station so we can monitor the pressure gauges and stuff like that. Same thing over here. There is one thing I do have to mention. There are a couple of data packs that are loaded in this world. I think one of them's for the armor stand, and another one is, well, that one's a couple of Foxy No-Tails packs. And one of the things that the pack did was it disabled my my achievements. So if you get this world, I have a skin texture issue right there. If you get this world and it says that it's been loaded in creative, or the achievements are no longer in this world, that is why that is that way, is because there's a data pack that's kind of turning those off, which I think all of these, or it's one of these, I don't know which one. Actually, you know what, I think it's this one. I think it's the Better Skies that's actually turning off my that made it load in creative and turned that off. But these are all the data packs and resource packs that are loaded with this world, and those are all be included with the world inside the world downlink. Man, these frogs do like to, you guys do like to travel a little bit, because all of them were located over there inside of the garden, and they all like to travel. There's another one that's over here somewhere inside of the wilderness. This is the wilderness side of the of our island here. A couple of chickens and things like that. We've also got some bees, but there's also a lone frog that's kind of enjoying being by himself. Here he is. What's going on, my dude? You hanging out over here in your and this is your kingdom, I guess, isn't it? But here is the engineering laboratory. This is where we're doing all of our engineering bits, learning and stuff, and creating things. This is where more the lore side of the world kicks in. I can never hit that button right. Some time ago, on episode 26, a ship crash landed off into the jungle, and we went to investigate it. And we found out that it's not from here. It's looking for this piece of material right here, this Euryphium, is what the ship is out there looking for, as we discovered inside the captain's logs when we were scavenging through the ship. And now we got to build our own. We've got to build our own ship, because we got to find this material, and there's life beyond this one little planet besides me, and we got to go find it. We've got to go find everything that's else in this universe, and this lab is dedicated to just that purpose. Now, this lab is powered by a generator that goes on right here. This generator actually works. If this thing turns off, it actually will turn off all of these redstone lamps in here and kills all the power to the base. But if we pop in through this door right here, you can see all the inner workings. Basically what it is, it's a clock tied into a clock. So whenever this thing runs out of redstone or redstone dust, this will turn off and that will turn on, and it will lock this clock so it won't send items back into this dropper right here. And whenever it does that, it'll also kill, which is what that block is right there, it'll kill all the lights and everything that's powered in the base, or inside this engineering lab. Then we have our car key reader door. So right here we have this engineering lab key, and underneath it is an item filter, and if I don't have this in it, then it will not work. Now if I place this back in here, press this button, it will work. What happens is this gets dropped down, and then it gets shot back up. So if I do this, you see it's gone, and then you see it comes back. And then this is everything that's still under construction right through in here. This is where we've been working past couple of episodes, I believe. This is where we've been doing a little bit of bits, just getting some of the roof done. That's kind of been my main challenge, is doing the roof. Same thing in here. This bit right here is going to be the main propulsion laboratory. This is where we're going to study main propulsion and how we're going to fly the ship out of here and what's going to power the ship. Over here is going to be all the communication and navigation stuff. This is how we're going to, navigate through the universe and through through the galaxy to find all these other places and things that we're going to go to. And then off over here, I think this is going to be more of the assembly area and the landing zone for the ship is what I'm starting to think in my head. And down here, of course, is all the materials that we're using to build this whole thing. But that's everything here for this side of the world, for our little survival island that we're living at, and we're you know, having just some fun building some things. This is a canal I carved in through the land here. This actually used to be one big island, but again, for convenient purposes, so whenever I leave the docks over there in my boat, I can just, if I need to go this way, I don't have to travel around the entire island. I just kind of, you know, cut through the thing. I'm thinking about filling that hole up right there too. But at some point, I do want to come back through here and rework this section. I think it needs to be a bit more wide, or maybe cut that side out a little bit more. I'm not really too sure just yet. And then welcome to the jungle village. Welcome to the jungle. I'm such an idiot. This is our jungle village. It's kind of a side project I'm kind of working on. Sometimes I get inspired to come in here and work on it, and then other times I'm not really too motivated to work on it. But these villagers, I mean, there's trades in here, so, you know, sometimes it actually does come in handy. But there's not really much going on here. It's kind of a more of aesthetics and just something I want to try to work out and you know, help my building a little bit is kind of the goal of this place here. It's just for me to become a bit better builder and to express my imagination some. But the latest project that we're working on over in here is the blacksmith and the armorer and that whole type of thing going on in here, except for we have these lunatics that are in here, and I gotta figure out some way to, like, I don't know. I don't like that there's shepherds in here because you guys don't belong in here. I'm sorry, dude. You don't really belong in here either. What are you, by the way? Punch one. I think I've seen you before. But yeah, this is our blacksmith area. Now this is the add-ons I was talking about from Foxy No Tails. This is the armor add-on, so we can do like cool little, I mean armors, the armor stand add-on, so we can do like little cool things like this, and I've been experimenting and practicing with them. Their throne obviously isn't done, but I think it just needs a roof on it, and it should be good to go at that point. Other than that, there's not really much else to really explain about this part. I mean, what you see is what you get, and take it for face value. There's nothing else really interesting going on this side of the world, but we do got to go over and we got to see about that thing we were just talking about a couple minutes ago. And here we are. We are at the crash site of the ship that we saw in episode 26 that flew over our heads and crash landed here. This is what the whole engineering lab is dedicated to, is studying the stuff that's going to come out of this ship. We're going to have to start ripping the components apart out of it once we get the lab all built up and stuff like that. So this is what we're going to try to recreate. We're going to try to recreate this ship right here so we can start traveling around the world much easier. We can start, you know, exploring new areas and things like that. There's some stuff that's still working here. Some of these computer screens are still on, and they still got some, you know, some weapons and some food and stuff in here. But for the most part, yeah, we're gonna have to start taking this stuff back to, back to the study, to the lab. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but actually, and this is the last bit of this world. This is the last piece I wanted to show you guys here before we head back and pretty much call off the episode. So that's going to be it in today's episode. I'll take out, well, I guess I'll just take everything out of my ender chest here that, I mean, do you guys really need some of the, like, I don't think you really need the netherite. I mean, this is all the really important stuff that is coming out of my ender chest here. So I'll put all that stuff inside of this barrel here along with all my gear, because I don't know when you guys get this world, I don't know if you get everything I was wearing and everything that was in my inventory or stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this anyways. And you're just going to have to remember it's in that barrel right there inside of the bedroom. But that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the world tour. And I hope to see you guys back for another 50 episodes when we hit episode 100. If you did like this video, please click the like button. And as always, the link to this new world download will be in the description below. So I hope you guys download it, check it out, and enjoy it. And I will catch you in episode 51.